Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 18 of this Let's Play Victoria 2. This is the March of the Vikings, and we are Nytungvik, and we are blitzing through the rankings right now. We're getting tons and tons of prestige, which is adding to our prestige score, which I think is contributing. We are not going socialist anymore because the Liberals are actually doing a pretty good job at the moment. We do want Keynesian economics, so we can get the final bit of prestige there. I mean, we were a bit late on the prestige train, I'll be honest. Because it is a rather potent tool to improve your global ranking. But I had other priorities, namely the military, because I thought I'd be in more wars, and also the industry, of course. And it looks like my capitalists are doing me proud, building tons and tons of factories. So the industry is absolutely explodifying right now. Outlaw them, more prestige, more prestige. And we can get another of these, so let's get the acceptable minimum wage, which will make our poor people richer. It will make the rich people slightly poorer, but it seems that they have enough cash right now. So I think they'll be able to survive, those poor darlings. Our industry is absolutely exploding right now, which is excellent. We're now 14th overall in industry. Oh. We have the Great War. A crisis failed. So we have Spain, Andalusia, La Plata, Lithuania, and Italy. Vassals! Scandinavia, Brazil, Byzantium, Genoa, and Chi. These guys are going to kick ass just because they have Byzantium on their side. That's a big war, though. 2,300 versus 6,000. Obligatory Great War casus belli against all enemies. Force another country to disarm and pay reparations. Spain wants the Corrientes from Brazil. Oh, stupid mouse. Here somewhere. Not that Spain actually has any territory in this area whatsoever. Just clicking around to see if I can find this. Is there a find province? There is. Corrientes. Really? This part in the center of Brazil, which is not adjacent to anything, which you own. Why you do this, Spain? Why? It's an old colony you lost like centuries ago. If anyone, I'm just going to put this out there, if anyone would like to purchase any weaponry right now, I'm sure we can come to an agreement. Like, the Nytungvik industry, the arms industry, is just waiting here, ready to fulfill your every need for arms. Apparently no one's taking me up on that, though, because we are losing a lot of money. What's happened? Tariffs have gone through the roof, that's what's happened. And also the poor are paying about 700 less than they were previously. We cannot keep up this rate of spending. So just because you lot go to war, you destroy my economy. Fantastic. Let's get rid of those tariffs, which is annoying because it's going to make it much harder for my industries to import stuff. How's the administration doing? We have got 2% of our population are bureaucrats. We need at least 2.4 for maximum administrative efficiency. So we're not quite there yet. I think we may even need to go up to 40%. What the hell? We're supposed to be selling guns to them, not the other way around. But because of their massive slowdown in industry, because when they mobilize, they do lose a lot of industry. And we should be taking up the slack in this. Which means there's a lot more demand for our goods because they aren't producing them anymore. The demand is still there. There's just not as much supply. What the actual hell has happened? Why? Oh, you have just lost your mandate there, my friend. Open all factories. and subsidize the hell out of them. And get rid of the priorities. Alright, let's pick up the tatters of my economy. What the hell just happened? Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go. People coming back to work. Subsidies are going to be rather high while we're initially doing all of this stuff. Oh, it's probably because there are so many people... Ah, I know what the reason is. It's because lots of people have gone to war. That's not just craftsmen, it's also labourers and things. So the number of raw materials has gone down, which means our factories are struggling to find the goods that they need to make stuff. So yeah, that's the thing. Alright, high taxes will need to pay for this. We want to keep people in work so they can keep buying the stuff they need. Difficult times call for difficult measures. Prestige. We're now 14th overall. I think we're going to need some more taxes. At least you have jobs. Put it that way. And I'm going to reduce my tariffs significantly because I want to make sure that we get as many of the goods on the market as possible. 80% taxes. We've more than doubled our tax system. Factory input tech. Okay, so we've got all of those. That's good. Let's get electric furnaces so we can get more raw materials coming in, especially those. Now we're making silly amounts of money. Well, some. Get rid of you. Virtually all the unemployment's wiped out. Good. Once we've paid off the debt, we will start looking at opening more factories if that is required. Although, kind of looks like it might not be. Yeah, the number of rich on luxuries has gone down. Middle class is struggling a bit, poor. Sorry guys. You would be a lot worse off if I wasn't doing this though. Because the world economy has just collapsed. Now if we look at the trade here, I'm sure if we look at raw materials, their price is just going to go through the... Really? It's going down. Why is that? Okay, this is not the impact I was expecting. The cost of raw materials is actually falling. But surely if there's a lack of demand, lack of supply, then demand goes up, which drives prices up. Maybe it really is a reduction in demand. I guess when pops become soldier pops, they no longer require the food and luxuries and stuff. It's all paid for by the government, which is why military spending is so high. Let's take a look at consumer goods. Like the general ones would be like this. That's in high demand. Tea. Of course it's in high demand. It's quite right too. Opium's roughly the same. Paper's down, but it already was. What are the other ones? Furniture. Still low. Luxuries. Really high. Not in high demand, but high priced. Clothing. Low. Liquor. Low. Wine. Low. Not in high demand. Or maybe this is just the Great Depression. Because it is early... Well, it's late 1920s now. More prestige, more prestige, more prestige. And it had to be just as our economy was growing. Of course it did. Oh, why does that keep changing? No, 85% is what I want you to be. And you as well. There we are. Alright. You all have jobs. We're repaying the debts. 10% more conservative or 10% more reactionary? I'll take the reactionary, thank you. Let's play a lot of unemployment. Why are we paying that much unemployment? Oh, probably to the artisans. Subsidies have almost disappeared. So the factories are humming along again. So just give it time. In fact, I'm going to assume it's my subsidies that... No, we are making 10k a day again. So whatever it was that destroyed our economy is no longer an impact. Has that war just ended? That war just ended. That would be why. Alright, let's reduce your taxes back down to 40%. Because I still want a little bit of money so I can keep building the factories and things, though actually the Liberals weren't doing too bad a job. So maybe we'll switch back to liberalism. The Socialists carried us through the hard days. Subsidies really not very high. So not much stuff should get shut down. We are now 13th overall, which is awesome. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go back to socialism, liberalism. No, we can't. Until the 9th of December 1929. When's the next election? We could just hold an election now. You know what? Let's do that. Economy's been saved. I've done my job. More conservatives or more reactionaries? I'll take the reactionaries, thank you. And seeing as we have this much money, I'm going to spend some cash just to give the capitalists a bit more of a leg up, just in case they need it. In the industries, I'd quite like to keep around. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities here for making money. I'm expecting the Liberals to shut down some factories. That's what they always do. It's fine. I just want to make sure that we have enough capacity in the other areas to make up for the shortfall. And the Liberals can go and make this system more efficient. And that's totally fine by me. Let's go with the pensions. Although pensions are a permanent cost. Prestige, we're now 17th overall in prestige, 12th in industry, we're 13th overall for everything. We could build some more troops. Love and war, we are anti-military. We are also going to build some more troops. More planes. More tanks. That'll do. Alright, let's see how this works. Electric furnace, good. Guess we'll go for more of the culture, or maybe the commerce. Commerce, let's do admin efficiency. Speaking of admin efficiency, how are we doing with the number of bureaucrats? The number of bureaucrats we require keeps on going up. All pops become more in favour of free trade. That's the one we want. I'm pretty sure that taxes can come down to about 35. We're making £5,000 a day at 35%, which is excellent. And that's because they all have jobs. Yeah, socialists gained 7%, liberals gained 10%, reactionaries gained 5%. Once again, it's the conservatives who are losing out. More prestige, lovely jubbly. Elections are finished. Liberal and anarcho-liberals took over. That's fine. Let's see what you do for my unemployment. There go the factories. Nothing major yet. But that's because it takes factories a little while to run out of money. So the ones that are underperforming and not getting by with my subsidies will be shutting down shortly. But actually, it looks like everything's doing pretty well. We might well be able to manage on 30%, in fact, maybe even lower. This is actually a really good sign. Not many factories are going out, and that makes sense because our subsidies were so low, meaning that we didn't actually have to prop up many of the factories, which means our factories are being very profitable right now, which I think is a direct result of being higher ranking. Like, it is way easier to industrialize when you're high rank. How's our education looking, actually? That's a good point. 2.21% of our population are clergy. That's way too many. Let's cut down education spending slightly. We do have 58% literacy. That came up from like 20 something, didn't it, at the start of the game? Pretty sure. Get some more troops too. More tanks. When in doubt, more tanks. Although I probably should get some more artillery again soon. We have been getting a lot of tanks lately. You have a boatload of craftsmen here. 20% of the Hong Kong population is craftsmen. Hold on, what? It's not. Oh, he's craftsman. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You have way too many clerks. I think, Suzhou, you actually do need to encourage craftsmen. You still doing clerks, you're still doing clerks, you're still clerks, craftsmen, clerks. Okay, that's fine. National Banking Act. This is the first decision we've got to make. Awesome. Oh, we could have changed our... system. Oh well. National Banking Act. Lose £1,000. Reduced loan interest for the rest of the game. Do it. While our government has for some time maintained a central bank, some voices within the economic debate have begun arguing in favour of monopolising the issuing of currency to a strict government prerogative. Proponents argue that this will lead to an increase in economic stability, while opponents see this as a fundamental breach of the freedom of trade. Nah, it's just securing that everyone is trading on the same footing. I was wondering why I never got the option for like the tycoon capitalism business schools and the avant-garde intelligentsia. These basically change the levels of technology you're getting. So you can see here we'd get a penalty to Navy tech and industry, but a bonus to culture. That's actually an absolutely terrible payoff. While this one is a penalty to Army and Navy, but a bonus to commerce, culture and industry. So we probably could have had the tycoon capitalism and business schools for quite a long time. Oh, you can actually leave sphere of influence. Well, I'm quite happy under their sphere. Seize the means of production. No more will foreign dogs grow fat off the sweat of our people. The time has come to seize all assets owned by outsiders to be cared for by the state. Oh, we can't be in a sphere of influence for that. Oh, that's for stuff that's being invested in us by other major powers. No, I'm quite happy for them to own stuff. It's fine. I mean, if they're giving me free things, then who am I to complain? Let's get another national focus. And we are 12th. Only 4 more places to go, and then we're in great power. Let's actually rank this by the powers and see how close we are to them. It doesn't show an overall score, though. Unfortunately, Mauritania's industry is quite a lot bigger than ours. Argentina's, however, isn't. They do, however, have an absolutely gargantuan army. How the hell have you managed that, Argentina? You're out manpowering China. You're not even that big. No, you got that bit. In fact, no, you are not that big. How the hell have you managed that? That's crazy. Oh, did Spain get their piece of Brazil? No, I didn't think they would. I think they just white-pieced. I'm amazed at how big an impact the Great War had, though, on the economy. I'm still not entirely sure I understand why. It must have been because population are converted to soldier population, which don't consume resources in the same way. It's got to be. Crushing the rebels. Excellent. We haven't actually had that many rebel problems for a while. Oh no, I shut the saloon. Damn it! Mistake. One does not simply shut saloons. We could probably reduce your taxes a little bit further. 28% taxation. You're welcome, people of Nytungvik. You're welcome. And yes, I should probably pay off the loan. We have 9 million in our national bank as well. So that's the national bank is basically the limit of loans that you can take before you have to go to other people's loans. And the more money in the national bank, the more money your people basically have to invest or to save. So that is a sign of a healthy economy, if you have a very large national bank. So we have a healthy economy, which is awesome. How is our unemployment? Unemployment's still really low. Fantastic. And more factories are still being built. Yeah, capitalists are doing a pretty decent job. I like it. And they fund their stuff super quickly. I'm going to see if I can catch one of them. Oh. No, that was not a technology. That was a technology, not a thingy. What do we want? We probably want more commerce. I don't really want this one because this unlocks, or can unlock hyperinflation, which increases the cost of factories by 10%, and there's no upside to it. And I don't really need the plus 5% admin efficiency, so screw it. It's fine. Come on, show me. Nope. Come on. Okay, the next one. Come on. I know you want to. Sabotage. All poor strata become more militant and conscious, or rich people do. We'll let the rich. Damn it. No. Uh-oh. Fascist. Plus 100% fascist growth. Awesome. Well, we have 5 years until the end of the game. Okay, I saw that project was going to cost 10k, and the capitalists raised it like that, so... Yeah, we probably have enough capitalists. Am I still raising capitalists somewhere? No, I think I switched you all to craftsmen. Like, you don't want too many, otherwise you'd have too many people just sitting around doing not much. And sitting on vast amounts of money. There, got one. Oh, it's only 1.4k. They've raised 62.7 thousand towards this liquor distillery, though. Which is crazy. 2.5 million. Although no investors are actually interested. 2.8 million. I think you can afford that factory. 47.2k for the 7k actually required for the aeroplane factory. Yeah, and all the factories are absolutely just humming along at the moment. There's a couple of raw material shortages, but not that many. Though Hong Kong and Macau are struggling a bit. I think I need to stop focusing that. Let's get Zhejiang with some more craftsmen. Instead of Hong Kong, Macau. Kind of curious to see how many are craftsmen throughout my country. Actually not very many, most of them are still farmers. That's mostly labourer. That's half and half. Pan-Scandinavian nationalists. Fujian has quite a few for craftsmen. It's good to see. Guangdong does too. Oh wow, hello. Nytungvik and Tonkin. Of the 1.6 million people there, 38% are craftsmen. That's a lot of craftsmen. Blimey. What is my most industrialized state? Can I see that? I can. Tonkin is. Of course it is. That makes sense. Alright, cool. I'll take the reactionaries. Thank you very much. And once again, rebels. Upper house rearranged. Liberals and socialists lost. Everyone else gained. Interesting. Keep going for the reactionaries. Oh, we can actually see the tank units now. Yeah, you're probably going to be needed here. Go and help out. Lovely jubbly. Oh, and we can see the new unit model too. Nice. And there's the tax efficiency. Let's grab mutual funds. And with tax efficiency we can reduce your tax rate even further. No, I don't think we can manage 20%. We can certainly manage 25 though. Maybe even 23. Making a slight loss, but we have 500k in the bank, so I'm happy to absorb that for a time. The rich are getting richer, you're getting some of your luxuries. None of their needs is definitely going down. Still entirely artisans, unsurprisingly. Below levels of taxation means that our people are able to afford a lot of luxuries and things, which means that in turn our factories have more demand. And it's domestic demand which is met first. We're 11th overall in industry. I shouldn't say overall, we are 11th in industry now. And I'm going to call this episode here, so thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying this, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then do consider subscribing, and if you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel in other ways, check out the Patreon, which you can find in the link below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.